everyone, it's Marvelly here with another video. Today I have an unboxing for you all. I have a Mystic Kids Francis in here. It was somewhat of an impulse buy. I saw them come up on the secondhand market here in New Zealand for an incredible price and I just could not say no. The more I looked at this doll, the more I fell in love with them. I'm a sucker for boy dolls and they came with so many clothing items, wigs, eyes. I just couldn't say no to it. So yeah, let's open this today, see what we're in for. I think they have a face up. I'm thinking I will redo it myself though. Yeah, it should be good. All up, I paid $250 for them, including all of the items and shipping. So yeah, definitely was incredibly lucky on that front. The price definitely had an impact on my urge to buy them on the spot. Have a look at their box, isn't it glamorous? Let me get it out so we can have a proper look. It's definitely bigger than I expected. It's very heavy too, which I guess gives you an idea how much is in here as far as extras go. I do have one MSD doll in Ava. I'm kind of known around these parts for my preference towards SDs, but we'll see. Maybe that's going to change today. I'll try and take the lid off so that you can all see because I feel like we're in for a bit of a surprise. Okay, my light's reflecting on it, but you can... There's a lot in here. The seller has packaged everything beautifully. On top you can see some of the clothing outfit items. Really nice clothes too, and the sort of style that I love to see dolls in. The sort of style that I've not at this point invested in for my dolls. So the fact that this boy comes with all of this right off the bat, it's awesome. Some of these things might end up working well for Ava, so that's cool. Now technically speaking, I bought the doll with one outfit, wig, eyes for 180 NZ and a bunch of clothing they were selling separately for $40. But yeah, they were very kind though and also included a bunch of eyes. Ooh. It looks like they've kind of fallen out of the container, but they sent them all in this handy little container. I have never been so organized with eyes in my life, so that's cool. I'm not sure how well they're going to show up on camera, but wow. As far as I can tell, they're glass eyes. Some of them might be resin. I'm really not an expert when it comes to eyes, but I am so impressed at the detail in these. And I kind of can't get over how small they are too. The doll itself is wrapped in this really fluffy blanket. Let's release them though. I have a feeling that they were shipped dressed. So we won't be looking at a naked doll first up today. Oh my god, okay wait, look at them! Okay, they are bigger than I thought they would be. I guess my point of reference for an MSD is Ava and she's got a big head and is probably shorter. But still, oh my gosh, okay. They included these wigs along with the eyes as extras. Really cute. They look like they're both black or one might be a light brown. It's kind of hard to tell. In here we have their COA as well as some eye putty. And then the boy themselves. Oh my god, okay, let me get them out. I can't even see them properly and I love them. There's something about boy dolls. Don't get me wrong, girl dolls are beautiful and you can dress them up and do all sorts of other things with them, but like something about the boys, I really like them. They're just cozy. I don't know what it is. I love what they've got them in as well. They've got like a little Nike bag and this like, it reminds me, I know nothing of K-pop but like I feel like they're living their like boy band K-pop dreams right now. Like these pants with these straps on them and the shoes, the detail on the shoes. I think these are the most detailed I've seen. Like the fact that he came with all of this stuff. Honestly, for the price I paid for him and the clothes, that probably would have got me just like one or two of these outfits if I'd bought them new. I'm blown away. Okay, let's take this off of his head though, because I want to see his face. Oh, his head's so little. He's just peeking out saying hi. Okay, wait, look though. Can you see him? Look, he's just kind of peeking out saying hello. Oh, my lighting is not ideal for this. I apologize. The eyes he's wearing currently have like little sparkly gems in them. Oh my gosh. The person said that they'd done his face up and that it wasn't perfect. It's got a couple of like little chips on the face up itself, but it's still adorable. It really suits him well. Apologies for the change in myself and the background. I stopped to stream for a few hours, ended up showing a few dolls while I was there, and here I am back to continue this video. Let's take a closer look at this guy. Here you can see a better look at his face up. It's really sweet, although I do think I will still attempt to redo it at some point. I love how his ears stick out from his head. I think that's adorable. His head has a reasonable amount of mobility and it's holding the poses quite well. He can go down quite far with his chin and up isn't quite as far, but isn't bad. On the back of his head cap you can see the little Mystic Kids thing there, and when I take this off he is missing a magnet. It may or may not be attached here, I'm not sure. Inside there you can see the S-hook and the putty behind the eyes. The sculpting on his body is quite nice. It's not too detailed, but I do like it. His arms are able to hold their position out quite easily, although with the joint as it is, that's nothing to write home about. The real question is whether he can hold intermediate poses, and it seems like he can. That's impressive actually. His elbows are double jointed, so you can do a single bend or you can pull this joint out. Let's see if I can do it. I might need to bring him closer to me to actually achieve this. If you pull the forearm so that it's not got the peanut inside of it, then you can engage the joint a second time and he can touch his shoulder or his face very easily. His hands are quite nice. They're relatively simple, but look a lot more detailed than when I saw them in photos. They're quite streamlined. The hand itself is kind of like this as opposed to spread out, which is handy for sake of dressing him. It means we will be less likely to need to take his hands off to dress him. And the mobility is pretty standard as far as I can tell. It does seem like the hand is separate from the ball itself, which tells me that maybe it's possible to remove his hands without unstringing him altogether, although it's quite tight, so I don't think I'm going to want to attempt that anytime soon. His torso is in 3 pieces, which is not something I'm the most familiar with. Whenever I've heard people talk about this joint here, they've always said how annoying it is, and I'm inclined to agree because from what little I've tried to do with it, it hasn't looked great. It's pinched me and it's just been a pain. I honestly am not sure what is to gain from this joint. I honestly don't think it adds much to posing for him. This joint here on the other hand is nice. I do like dolls who have this. I feel like it's kind of the standard at this point, although this guy doesn't have any ridges on the inside of this part here, so there's nothing for it to latch onto to keep the joint there. So although it means it can move quite easily, it's not going to grip, which means he would actually benefit quite a lot from sueding that joint. Not sure I'll ever do it, but it's good to know. As for his hips, his hip joint is a ball that's separate from his leg, so that's kind of cool. And if we look in there, I'll see if I can show you. There's this little like sticky outy bit here, and then inside the leg there's these little gaps for it to go. So I would assume then that we could, in theory, slot it into different places to secure it at different points. However, I can't seem to get that to actually work in a way that makes sense. This just looks weird. I guess it means that it can lock if it's in a different position, but yeah, I don't know. You can twist this leg without having to disengage this leg from the hip, so yeah. He's got a cute little belly button, but otherwise there's not the most in way of details sculpted on his torso, but I'll turn him around so you can have a good look. His legs are also double jointed, meaning you could bend them once at this part of the joint, or you could remove the peanut from this part of the leg and bend it again. So then it looks like this, which is quite a decent amount of mobility. It is just kind of a pain to put into practice. You definitely need both hands, and then you do have to be careful when you disengage it, or at least I want to be careful because I feel like if I'm not, something could go wrong. His foot goes back a reasonable distance, so I guess in theory he could sit on his knees. Looking at his feet specifically, they're reasonably plain. Is it just me though, or does it look like he has really long toenails? His feet can point down about that far and then up like that, which is reasonable mobility if I'm being honest. It's not out of the ordinary for dolls to not have much mobility in their ankles. It's almost preferable to have this joint be a bit limited in its mobility because it means the doll's going to have an easier time standing. But yeah, that's it as far as his body goes. I'm impressed at the fact that it has double jointed elbows and knees. I don't really think this has much point in being there, but yeah, overall he's a pretty cool little doll. Before I get him dressed again though, I want to go through and show you all of the clothing pieces that came with him because oh my gosh, there are a few. Starting with the sweater, it's made to look like it is layered, so there's like a t-shirty sweater thing with a longer sleeve one underneath. The cool thing about the longer sleeve one is that it actually has a split in the sleeve so you can see the doll's arm through it. It also has little splits in the side, which I don't know if they're going to show up on camera because it's all black, but hopefully you can kind of see that. I have no idea what it says on it, but it's really cute. Next up are these cargo shorts. I'm really impressed by these pockets and buckles since they do actually work. You can open it up like that and get into the pocket. So that's kind of cool. And then you can buckle them back up again. Yeah, just like that. The extra length of strap that comes down is kind of cool too. He was wearing this bag as well. It also has a teeny functional little strap, so that's something. And, but wait, there's more. It also has a functional zipper at the front, so he could put stuff in here. Don't even get me started on the shoes. I cannot get over the detail on these. Just, I mean, look at them for yourself. They are next level. I have seen these kinds of doll shoes online and not even bothered to attempt to get any just because that's always been quite expensive. These are really cool. He only has one pair of shoes, but when it's these, I don't think you need to be mad about it. He was also wearing these socks, which, I mean, yeah, they're just socks, but the material has like, it's not like it's kind of ribbed. I don't know what to call it. It's fancy material, but even his plain socks are awesome. Ow. That was just what he was wearing though. He came with a lot more. There's this hoodie vest thing that has snaps at the back. They're currently open, but you get the idea. This pair of green pants with elastic at the top. This long sleeve top with a white body and different checker kind of coloured sleeves. There's even this like ribbon at the top that I guess you could tie into a bow if you want to. It also opens in the back with snaps. This light grey hoodie with a little printed design on the front. It even has drawstrings and it opens at the back with Velcro. These blue pants, which I imagine are intended to be jeans, they've got little tears in them, intentional I'm sure, and it has like a snap at the front to open that and Velcro too. Speaking of jeans, we also have these which are undeniably jean material. They have so much detail on them, it's really amazing. The rips on these are amazing, and he even has little pockets that are functional at the back. That's really cool. We've got these checkered pants with elastic at the top, and actually, are they pockets? Yeah, they've got pockets at the front. Look at this little dress top. It's really light sheer almost material, and I'm assuming this can be tied into a bow or is intended to be. It's even cuffed on the ends and has little buttons. Oh my gosh. I'm not quite sure what the deal is with this. It's quite different as far as style goes to everything else. And it looks to be somewhat of a set. Maybe this would be better for Ava, I'm not really sure. If any of you know, please tell me in the comments, but hey, it's cute. And then finally, we've got this little necklace thing. It's got a chain as well as a cord with a heart pendant on the end. But wait, there's more. He also came with a couple of extra wigs. I'm pretty sure they're all exactly the same style-wise. They just vary slightly in colour. So we've got this one, which he was wearing when we unboxed him, which is a lighter brown. And then there's also a like dark brown one and a black one. He's got a full-on wardrobe. And these clothes alone would have cost far more than what I paid for him in the clothes, so I'm very, very happy right now. Anyway, let me get him back into some clothes. Here he is, all dressed up again. I put him in a different outfit and I'm honestly so happy with it. He looks adorable. As much as I love the all black style he had going before, this is definitely more casual. And I love that he has some incredibly detailed pieces just right off the bat. These are the types of things that I often don't get for a long time, or even, you know, haven't gotten to the point where I've been able to get them for some of my dolls, but he's already got them. I ended up swapping out his eyes as well for a slightly larger pair, and by larger I just mean the irises are slightly bigger. They're blue, they're cute, I think they suit him really well. Oh my gosh, I'm just so impressed. I love him so much already. He's a lot bigger than I thought he would be. I mean, I knew that MSDs were this size. If I put him up here to compare, he is taller than Ava, but like, I mean, proportionally they're quite different. I don't know, they're a similar height, they're obviously the same scale, but then Ava's not the best example of an MSD. I'm learning this more and more. So yeah, welcome to the crew, Francis, I guess. I am going to have to come up with another name for him. I have a few dolls that haven't got proper names yet. We'll get there eventually. But yeah, I'm sure I'll figure something out. I would like to do his face up to make it a bit more customized. But yeah, he's a cutie. I hope you like him too. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. But for now, I'm going to end this video here. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. It's been lovely, and I'll catch you again sometime soon.